We're now entering in the world of cartoons in Canada, or I should say, the Canadian English language discretionary specialty channel owned by Chorus Entertainment. The channel primarily broadcasts animated series aimed at children and teenagers, which was launched on October 17th, 1997. And what I'm talking about is Teletoon. Teletoon Network, or just basically Teletoon. Now, as we all know, Teletoon, yes, they have great shows and they have notable programming blocks, and especially their own Boomerang channel. However, that was a short time. But anyway, we are going to talk about a lot about Teletoon. Well, not a lot, as I heard some announcements, as some people are going to miss Teletoon in Canada. Let's dive in. In 1997, Teletoon was licensed by Canadian Radio, Television, and Telecommunications Commission, or CRTC, after a related application for a channel to be called Fun TV had been denied. The channel launched on October 17th, 1997. The channel was originally owned by a consumer of some other Canadian specialty services, including Family Channel, acting as a managing partner at the 53.3%, Super Channel / WIC, and the Movie Network, in Astro Media YTV at 26.7%, Shaw Communications, along with the Canadian animation studio Sinar and Nelvana, with 10% each. Shaw spun off its entertainment assets in 1999 as Chorus Entertainment. So the part of Shaw Communications that owns YTV became Chorus Entertainment in 1999, which subsequently acquired WIC's stake in the Family Channel, among other assets, as part of its breakup later that year. Chorus Entertainment acquired Nelvana in 2000. Now the first program to air on Teletoon as its premiere was, yes, you guessed it, Caillou. However, at first, when Caillou first aired at part of the Teletoon's launch, it was in French dub, but it later got into English later on. Now, Teletoon is licensed as a bilingual channel service in both English and French, being only one of the only two Canadian specialty services with such a license. The channel maintains two feeds under the license, with the French feed operating under the branding Teletoon or something at the original licensing before the CRTC and the network's operators had stated that the two channels would be similar in nature and program with a similar attitude towards them, but that there be differences in their programming due to market differences, including Quebec's prohibition on advertising to children and programming rights. So, to this end, Teletoon has often commissioned programming to air in English and French whenever possible. During the first few years of Teletoon's run, they aired much of the programming for children, and it was a literal success. In 2000, one of the first notable programming blocks was launched, and this block was Teletoon Unleashed. This was an adult-oriented programming block of the channel to coexist with the Detour on Teletoon until the block merged with it in 2004. It was known for airing every show with an 18 plus rating to attract an adult audience, whenever the program actually contained adult material only or not. It was discontinued in 2004 due to lack of content, since 90% of the material were shows with a limited amount of episodes, leading to frequent rerun. It was also found that the Detour on Teletoon and Unleashed attracted a similar mixed audience of teens and adults, hence the amalgamation. This honestly, adult-oriented block was actually Teletoon's first attempt at airing an adult audience. This wasn't until 2 years later, until September of 2002, as the Detour on Teletoon and the block as an amalgamator of it and Teletoon Unleashed, an adult programming block, was relaunched under the name Teletoon at Night. Now it airs much of the same programming as the Detour on Teletoon and Teletoon Unleashed. And its French counterpart, Teletoon à la Nuit, airs on the francophone Teletoon channel. In September of 2009, the block was relaunched under its current name with an overhaul of its appearance. However, it ended on March 31st, 2019, with the pending launch of the Adult Swim channel the very next day. The block was wound down. The French version of Teletoon at Night continues to air. To that day, there was a former Boomerang block of their own called Teletoon Retro. Teletoon Retro was launched on October 1st, 2007, and was closed on September 1st, 2015. Teletoon Retro is supposed to be airing classic animated shows, which spun off into a digital channel of its own featuring several live-action shows. But it had a short run and only lasted for just 12 years. Yeah, I think so. Oh dear. Guess that didn't go so well. Then there was Can't Miss Thursdays, a block of their first run programming premieres that aired on Thursday nights. The block later featured live action hosted segments. Then there was Super Fan Fridays, a comic book showcase block focusing on showcasing related action-oriented animated series. So, Teletoon's program was initially divided into day-parted blocks, with each block representing as planets. Just like Noggin, Teletoon's programming was split into distinct blocks. And just like Nickelodeon and Noggin, they had preschool programming. So from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m., they had Morning Planet, an early morning block for preschoolers. Claymation animation. Then there's Afternoon Planet for kids, a 2D cell animation from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. and in the evening for family collage animation from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Night Planet for adults from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. The bumpers were made by Cup of Coffee Production Studios. This branding would be discontinued in 1998, in August. From August 1998 to 1999, Teletoon was airing bumpers with its first mascot, Teletina, These bumpers were made by Spin Productions in Toronto. Several more bumpers were used in CGI by Guru Studios, same company behind Paw Patrol. Subsequently premiered on the channel, an updated look for the channel was unveiled along with a new logo with a partial rebranding in 2005. On November 24th, 2000, the Canadian Radio, Television, and Telecommunications Commission approved multiple applications from Teletoon Canada Inc. to launch 6 Category 2 television channels named Teletoon Action, Teletoon Adult, and Teletoon Art, Teletoon Multi, Teletoon Pop, and Teletoon Retro. None of the channels launched and their broadcast licenses expired on November 24th, 2004. The Teletoon concept would later be revived under a different license. Now, as we all may know, that we've seen a lot of Teletoon shows on Cartoon Network US. One of them happens to be including the premiering of this Total Drama Island franchise, which premiered back in 2007. And now Total Drama was major, and it's helped Teletoon succeed, as that show was major at the time. They would later do future iterations such as Total Drama Action, World Tour, Revenge of the Island, All Stars, Pockettail Island, and their spin-off series, The Redonkulous Race. Teletoon would seek new original series like Inspector Gadget, Jimmy Two Shoes, Counterfeit Cat, Knuckleheads, Rocket Monkeys, Night Sweats, Oliver's Adventure, Petcolia, Atomic Betty, Animal Crackers, Bakugan Gadelian Invaders, Bakugan Metanium Surge, Chopsocky Chooks, Clone High, Chaotic, Class of Titans, Flying Rhino Junior High, a Miss Spider Sunny Patch Friends, and many more. Yes, Miss Spider's Sunny Patch Friends was one of Teletoon's original series. Now, Teletoon would seek preschool originals as well, like Harry and His Bucket Full of Dinosaurs and Gerald McBoing. There was also another one, which was also another preschool show that also launched on Teletoon's launch date, October 17th, 1997, The Adventures of Paddington Bear. There was also Rescue Heroes and other shows for older or younger children. There was also the Zimmer Twins. During the 2000s and 2010s, Teletoon had acquired many shows that had aired on Cartoon Network and Boomerang, Adult Swim, and HBO Max, like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Aquaman King of Atlantis, Baby Looney Tunes, Batman the Brave and the Bold, Ben 10, and Bunnicula, Camp Lasso, Chowder, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Cow and Chicken, Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, Doc Dodgers, Elliot from Earth, Generator Rex, Grim and Evil, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Green Lantern the Animated Series, Flapjack, Megas XLR, Mike, Lou, and Og, The Looney Tunes Show, Legends of Chima, and many more. They even aired Hole in the Wall. Yes, Hole in the Wall. They aired Hole in the Wall. They even aired The Adventures of Annoying Orange. Yeah, and they also even aired the Warner Brothers animation controversial kids version of Robot Chicken Mad, including Cartoon Network's second live-action series since Big Bag, Out of Jimmy's Head. And yes, they even aired Yabba Dabba Dinosaurs. And yes, they had some of the few mistreated Transformers series like Cyberverse and Robots in Disguise 2015. Yes, they also aired Thundercats Roar, and yes, they had Steven Universe and the controversial Steven Universe Future. Yes, Squirrel Boy. Yes, the Star Wars, the Clone Wars, and Scooby-Doo, and Guess Who. They basically have most of the programming that aired on their channel. Yes, everything. And yes, even Level Up. So, Teletoon was still alive to this very day. However, this wasn't to last, as there was an announcement coming out from Chorus Entertainment on February 21st, 2023. Chorus announced that Teletoon would be rebranded as Cartoon Network on March 27th, 2023. Yes, on my 21st birthday. The latter branding has existed on two previous Canadian incarnations under Chorus's ownership beginning in 2012, but the second having replaced Teletoon Retro in 2015. The latter's current channel space will concurrently relaunch under Cartoon Network's sibling brand Boomerang, which will be devoted to library programming and classic franchises. The Teletoon branding would continue to be alive, only to be used for its companion streaming service, Teletoon Plus. And the Cubics Teletoon channel would still be up there, including the French language channel as well. Wow. We thought Teletoon would survive the 2020s, but no, it won't. The reason was basically because maybe it hasn't been doing great ever since all of their good originals had ended. Total Drama, their most great show, which is coming back, but unfortunately, Teletoon won't be airing that, as Boomerang Canada will be airing that. Boy, this is going to be... wow. This is sad. In any case of one, Teletoon did much better than its sister channel, YTV, as according to somebody on Medora Entertainment's history video about Treehouse TV and YTV, that YTV has been going downhill since the 2010s, past decade, with most notably having their after school zone being a dumping grounds after most of their original hosts had left. After a guy called Carlos, who did the after school zone on block during that time, the block became a little bit of a became a little bit of I don't know, too cringeworthy to watch, according to this guy called Blue Wolf 100. Now we already may know that Teletoon didn't do good or better, as they don't have a lot of content than YTV. But Teletoon did good than YTV because they're keeping up with the variety. But I don't know, are they? Or probably not. Sorry, I take that back. It's just a sane opinion. I'm just gonna stop. When my birthday hits, we're gonna say sayonara to Teletoon. At least they had great programming blocks that they had. And they did had Teletoon Retro. At least they had the Tom and Jerry show, the Bugs Bunny and Tweety show, and much of the classic shows that Boomerang used to air. Outside of Inspector Gadget and Gumby. And, well, it's classic films. So, that said, so long, Teletoon. You are one great channel for animation, even though you air live action anyway. And despite Teletoon Retro was discontinued, Disney Channel took its channel slot in Canada. Teletoon has aired classic programming during non-peak viewing hours back in the past decade. Yeah, I know. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you gonna miss Teletoon? Do you think it's smart for Chorus to kill it? I don't think so. Yeah, just like Kubo, I don't think it would be smart for Chorus Entertainment to kill Teletoon's channel. Maybe they could have, done something else. Will they bring the channel back sooner? Probably not. But we'll have fond memories of watching its bumpers and its legacy. Seriously. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Do you like Teletoon? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you saw some of its bumpers on YouTube? Let me know your comments. Click the subscribe button today and subscribe to TTRF2K2 for more videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.